Holy shit, that's Percy fucking Jackson. Bye. Help me on board. Zerkawmi. Summary. Life was normal. Maybe the odd run-of-the-mill realistic looking Cyclops cosplayer on the run, but nothing I hadn't seen before. Until motherfucking piece of shit Percy Jackson came in. What the fuck? Chapter 1. Would you look at that? It's an undiagnosed demigod in its natural habitat. The overwhelming heat made my body burn and tingle, and it almost felt like everything was nauseous and shipping sailed to vomit land. My head pained and screamed with a tight rubber band that held it up. Jesus motherfucking Christ, give me strength because I feel like I'm going to fucking die. I groaned and tightened my hold on over my stomach, crouching and violently tipping over to fall over the fresh cut grass. I whined and moaned in pain, wondering if puking my guts would really benefit me in the long run. No, it fucking won't. Eyes watery, mouth salty, and body shivering, I curled up into the shape of a ball and murmured curses at the skies and whatever deities I could think of. It had been 13 years since I began reliving a second life in the horror movie called Life. It's interesting to relive a new life as a tan, black-haired, jittery, self-reliant girl in the bustling life of New York City. Compared to my past life as a Hispanic, clumsy, anxiety-driven college student, unfortunately, I'm assuming I died in my mid-20s, and nearly at the end reaching the end of the college experience since memories of how my resurrection came to be are quite gone. Non-existent. Poof, disappeared. However, my studious tendencies did travel back to me. Quite difficult, however, with a jumbling of words. Dyslexia, I'm guessing. Purely self-diagnosed, so no reliability on that. As well as my new inability to stay fucking focused. The few times of hyperfocus I do get, I end up going at it for hours on end. Which awesome because I finished a week's worth of homework within a whole day and night combined. I do love me some 24/7 studying. However, I had a James special at McDonald's ripoff, and a lovely mother of God that piece of shit probably poisoned with the feeling of death all over me. All in all, I fell asleep. In pain, eyes closed, shivering, hiccuping, and grumbling in the midst of Central Park. Hey, wake up. You were being dragged by a pair of creeps, and I really need you to wake up. Like, right now? A hushed and strained voice whispered near my ear, flinching away from the stranger because that exactly who it was. And because I'm not in a fucking park. The surroundings were concrete, cold, slimy, gross, and overall a nose killer. The acidic foretelling gave me enough time to turn my head towards the source of the voice and release it without shame. Because fuck you, I'm not going to get fucked over for a tiny mistake like falling asleep in public. The groan of disgust and sound of gagging was enough to speed my way out of wherever the hell we were hiding. Then came the pressure on my arm, and suddenly I felt like I was flying without the roller coaster safety straps, and fell back with a strangled gasp. The clasping of a hand on my mouth had my stomach sinking and heart spiking with anxiety. Then there was a low, dog-like growling sound, yet louder and harsher, as if it had been recently chewed through some bones while smoking them with the charcoal and going off for a year-long smoke break. There was a stillness in the air, where the sound of sniffling, crackling trash signified the ever-loving shortening distance between us and whatever the hell that was. It was sliced with the resounding sound of a pen clicking and the swoosh of a knife being sharpened at inhuman speed. And suddenly there was a light in the now notable darkness. There was a dog right in front of me. A dog the size of a fucking fire truck. Teeth as long as my torso and black, smooth, dark black glistening hair. And let us not forget the goat legs. The goat legs on both sides of my fallen body. Holy shit, I'm at a slaughterhouse. Miss O'Leary, you found Grover! A boy yelled, his voice muffled with the surging panic of death. And then the voice behind me had the audacity to be relieved. Like, holy shit, man, do you not see a huge fucking beast right in front of us that could eat me whole in 2 bites? Percy, thank the gods, please get me out of here. Grover, nice to put a name to the stranger, I guess, but what the fuck, the goat legs moved. The overwhelming feelings of panic, frustration, fear, and anger tipped over, and I screamed, grabbing a hold of the brown furry legs that are warm and meeting eyes with the beast. Holy shit, I'm going to die. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Hey! The beast was gone, and in his place was a tan boy who filled out a ridiculous blue Nemo shirt with clear muscles and a mixture of green and blue eyes. Sea green eyes. My heart stopped, and I felt a chill crawl up my spine as his eyes widened precariously. Percy fucking Jackson, I whispered, before the knot in my throat increased the banging pressure in my head, and my vision blurred with the shadows, ultimately taking over the panic motion of the son of Poseidon. I woke up to the bright rays of sunshine, twisted and turned until I was more comfortable and was amidst darkness where no sunlight could brighten my vision. Mumbling sweet serenities into the comfortable white pillow surrounded by the sound of jeering kids, singing birds, and a void of motor engines. Sitting up, I removed the covers and hopped off what certainly wasn't my bed and looked more like a cheap hospital bed. Great. Not at home. Definitely nowhere near the bustling life of New York. I took note of my surroundings. The building seemed as if it was made of wood, a contrast to the concrete and plastered walls of modern buildings. There was a row of beds from one corner of the wall to the other. Overall, it seemed like a pretty cheap building with herbs and alchemy-related decorations. I presume I was housed by a wandering palm reader while I was asleep, which, in fact, does not sound any good. But that was seconds before I remembered the snarling, drooling, mammoth-sized beast. And Percy fucking Jackson. I sat back down on the bed. The infirmary my mind provided. High likelihood that I was A. abandoned at the nearest person's doorstep, who so happened to own her mixed materials, the white blinding design of a hospital, and the ever recognizable smell of antiseptics. Or B. I'm in the half-blood infirmary where demigods reside in because of the existent bouts of danger that seem to appear on every corner. Like, for example, a fucking bloodhound. At the rhythmic sound of the click clop, my will to take everything in stride died in early death, and I laid back down, pulled the covers over my head, and wished for the best. The sound of a door creaking open made me tense, and I forcefully made my body lax and melt into the bed. The pattering neared closer every second and stopped at the foot of my bed. I kept my silence for the following seconds because fuck this guy, I'm not going to wake to this supposedly fictional nightmare. A notable cough broke the silence. My fist clenched over the blanket. Fuck this half-man, half-horse piece of shit. He shit standing for fuck's sake. Fuck the gods while I'm at it. Another notable cough. I know you are awake, and I promise I will do you no harm. Understand you must be afraid. The voice was deep and aged, for lack of better description. The rapid beating of my heartbeat gave me away, of course, and that excludes the heavy, panicked breathing. There's only one reason why I'm laying here, right now, within the camp boundaries, and that is because I am a demigod. My eyes stung and my stomach felt heavy with emotions. My body was trembling in fear, and dear God, I hated everything. I was reincarnated, and not only not in my previous life's hometown, but in a completely different world. I want to cry, but I can't because that stupid old geezer centaur is still there, listening to my hitched breathing. I hate everything, and I hate this new life. I threw the covers off abruptly, and the hate was spreading through my veins like a cold fire. And I closed my eyes, my brows furrowed, and sitting up, facing the source of the voice, my breathing breaking the pitying silence. I don't care who the hell you are, but where the fuck am I? I can't be motivated by any other emotion but hatred right now. Because in this world, and with my blood, I've been born into a world of life and death. The gods don't deserve to feel so self-righteous when I'm going to die because of their stupidity. Fuck the gods. I'm the uncontrollable variable in this story.